wanted to touch on one of your other assets, which is your anti-VISTA asset, which you've designated now TBS 2025, I believe.
Right.
And so you acquired that last year from Kineta, and you now folded it into the operations at TuHURA. What have you accomplished so far now that you've had it, and what are your plans as we look forward in 2026 on advancing that candidate?
You may recall a lot of my background really was in blood-related malignancies, so very familiar with VISTA and its role in what we call the myeloid compartment, that those parts of your blood cells that essentially play a very big role in leukemia. And so we saw the potential for VISTA, given the research that was coming out in 23 and 24, that VISTA plays a very important role in why leukemias like acute myeloid leukemia or AML doesn't have an immune response against it. It's the primary reason that AML is not cured with chemotherapy, and why AML, when you relapse after a remission with therapy, essentially is resistant to subsequent therapies, and those patients unfortunately don't survive. And so if you can actually activate an immunologic response against leukemia, you may have a very potent therapeutic that can add to the current armamentarium that physicians are using to try to cure AML. The only time you see an immunologic response, in a very potent immunologic response, is in the setting of an allogeneic hematopoietic stem cell transplant, because you have a foreign immune system now recognizing the leukemia, what we call graft versus leukemia effect, which is very potent in eradicating leukemia. But you don't see that in a non-transplant setting. And so that's really been kind of our interest. We think, VISTA is there for a reason biologically, normally. It is the only way that you keep your T cells quiet. I mean, that is its primary role. And like everything in cancer, it looks like leukemic cells have hijacked that to keep your T cells quiet so that those cancers can survive without having an immune response against them.